Okay, guys, welcome to Whiskey for Charlie. Okay, we're still setting in. Is telling me that he's going. Okay, now we are live. Okay, guys, welcome to the Whiskey for Charlie, Whiskey for Cuba special event team live stream. Uh, okay, now I put the mute on the YouTube thing. Okay, the guys are you guys I'm seeing here are the operators. Even we have more guys that are not here for one reason or another one. They have family obligations today, but this special event was made possible thanks to the people that you see in here on the picture and many others that are behind the scene that Kilo Mike 4 Delta Yankee and many other friends. And plus, of course, all the people who make the contact with the Whiskey 4C, which we are very, very happy and we appreciate, the support and the help to raise awareness about the humanitarian situation in the island of Cuba. So we other going to present my fellow friends that they have to support my text message along to 10 days. So on my right hand side, I have Kilo 4 Victor Bravo Bravo. His name is Marcus. Marcus, I want you to present yourself and tell us, how you operate. And I want to pass the mic to all of the guys. Go ahead. The floor is yours. And the other one, please make sure you mute it. You muted yourself.
Sure. My name is Marcus Florido. My call sign is Kilo 4 Victor Bravo Bravo. And let me describe my operating conditions first. I use an FTDX 3000 made by Yaesu. I run that through a Mosley 5-band beam on 20 and below, or a homebrew fan dipole that I have out in the backyard for 20 above. So I also have a kilowatt amplifier back here, which helps my signal propagate. I had to get some equipment together to do a little contesting. Normally, I just use a hand mic, but for this time, I used a foot pedal to key the PTT and a microphone, an external microphone, so that it keeps my hands free for logging. So that helped. That really helped a lot because I'm just a one-man show here. But essentially, I operate just like any other ham radio operator would. Just get on the air, say CQ and wait for the replies. And, a lot of replies did come back. I think if I had to count them, I probably have close to 1,400 contacts just for this contest alone. So that shows you the level of support and the level of interest that people had in this event. We got a lot of words of encouragement during this event, and I think that was a good thing. And it shows me that that I'm not necessarily alone or in the minority when it comes to the situation happening down there in Cuba.
Okay, I'm sorry, I have myself muted. Yes, and that's awesome, and I appreciate that. And I wanted to thank you because you came quick to me and you told me, your intention and you wanted to help and you want to be part of the group, and I appreciate that a lot. And like other operators that came in, but I want to know what really inspired you to come and help and be part of the team and put that many amount of hours because in my opinion, I saw your schedule, man, and you are the guy who put the most hours on it.
Well, I wanted to do something about it. I didn't want to just sit there and watch the little tiny snippets we get in the news. I wanted to be an active participant in trying to help the situation. I don't know how to do that, but one of the things I'm good at is communicating. I've done communications for close to 25, probably over 25 years at this point. I did communications in the Marine Corps. I've done communications for the White House. I've done not just radio communications, but IT. I do communications currently for a major ISP. And that's one thing I'm good at. So I may not be good at figuring out how to solve the Cuban crisis, but one thing I can do is communicate. So I try to use those skill sets to try to figure out what I can do. And, with your assistance, I was able to bring about a little awareness, using my communications equipment and using something that I do as a hobby, and make it into something productive. As to why, we still have a lot of family over there. I've never been able to visit them, but I have cousins of cousins. Most of the people I know that came back with us are passed. They've passed away so far, but I still do have family out there that I want to meet and get to know. And with the current situation, there's just no way that's going to happen. So I'm hoping that what the people down there are doing, and maybe with a little assistance from us, maybe we can do something to help and make things better and make that happen.
Wow, that's amazing. That's amazing, and I appreciate that. And don't go yet, because we're going to ask you more questions, but I'm going to pass to the next operator. And I appreciate what you say, your support and everything. I've been email and telling you via text, how appreciate it, how I'm very, very, very happy with your job during the contest. Well, now I'm going to pass to another guy who is a guy who lived in the island of Puerto Rico, and he's now on the picture. And this gentleman, he is Puerto Rican. He's not Cuban. He speaks Spanish, and I don't know if he will feel better to say the thing in Spanish, and I will translate that, or Mr. Lalain will translate that. He speaks better English than the English that I speak, and yes, I'm very happy, and like I say, Papa, you did a great job, and I wanted to thank you. Gracias, mi hermano. Back to you, and tell us, how you did it and why.
Gracias. Primero que nada, quiero darte las gracias, Ale, por la oportunidad que me brindaste para poder desde mi estación ayudarlos con el evento especial, ¿verdad? Y para mí fue una satisfacción muy bonita poder utilizar los indicativos de Whisky 4 Charlie en el evento y poder conseguir todo lo que se logró con el poco tiempo que hicimos. Para mí fue una experiencia maravillosa.
Okay, Alain, you gonna say it or you want me to say it?
He says he was glad to help, and he was able to use all his powers for good at his station there in Puerto Rico to support our effort.
Okay, bueno, Jose, entonces, thank you so much, man. And I know you work hard, but you also have a friend. Tiene un amigo que he's not here today, but I want you to speak on his behalf. I know you guys are good friends, and you did it together, and tell us something about it.
Claro que sí. Gracias por siempre, por la amistad de todos ustedes. Me ha acogido muy bien con el grupo, tanto en el chat que tienen en el WhatsApp, como aquí en la radio. Pues es formidable pasarle el tiempo con ustedes y escucharlos, poderlos saludar, y veo que tienen una unión entre ustedes bien bonita, que eso me gustó mucho, Alex, me gustó mucho. Y pues quiero decirte las condiciones que utilicé para correr el evento. Fue un Yaesu FT3000, un DX3000, a algunos 800 vatios con un alfa, un 8410, 3 elementos monobanda en 20 metros, que fue donde hice fonía. Las demás bandas las hice en FT8 y FT4.
Mira, espérate un momentico, vamos a tirarlo hasta ahí porque me has dado mucha información.
Sí.
Okay, what he says is that he's very happy to be in our group. He says that we're a very close group, and we treat each other as a friend and families, and he's very happy. He's going to tell us now what what kind of equipment that he's using for the special event. Dani, ponme mío ahí, Dani, si puede un momentico, mano. And then he says that he have an FT 3000, right?
Yes, sir.
And what else?
3-element monoband Yagi Skyhawk, and the 8410 alpha amplifier, 1 kilowatt in fonía. It's beautiful. Muchos contactos bonitos de Estados Unidos y de todas partes del mundo.
Okay, so you got a great QSO. Well, which one was the best content? The content that you actually made it and you say, wow, that's the nice one. Do you have any special content that you made? ¿Hiciste algún contacto especial así que tú te acuerdes que tú ya no? Ese
Bueno,
todo.
hicimos muchos de Rusia, de todas partes del mundo, de toda Hawái, se trabajó Hawái, muchos sitios. En Fonía trabajamos Hawái, de Rusia hicimos mucho en FT8, los modos digitales, de todo, mucho europeo. Hizo presente en el evento, mucha gente de Europa, de España, de Cuba, se hicieron bastante también.
Okay. He says that there was a lot of Europeans and Russians and all over the world, including Hawaii. He make a couple content with Hawaii, and that is, you know, that is a spectacular job because actually I have, I don't know if you know that, but one of the days that you were operating, I had my live stream on just with you, and I had it for 35 or 37 minutes live streaming, and you did such a good job. So you are one of you know, of the good ones right there in the island of Puerto Rico. So thank you so much for your support. And man, next time if we have to run a special event, not only for Cuba, we run a special event for Kidney for Phil K4P to raise awareness about the friend that needs a kidney, that he already got a kidney, and we always looking, you know, for a reason to help the radio community, and this is one of the reasons that I'm very proud to be a ham radio operator. So thank you for your help. I'm going to pass to the next one, but don't go. We have more questions for you, okay?
No problem.
Okay, Papa, gracias.
Sí,
so
seguro,
before
gracias.
I go to Mr. Ray Mafia, I wanted to welcome Kilo Mai 4 Delta Yankee, Mr. Dolani Mejias. He wasn't operating on the radio, but behind the scene, all of you guys that I'm seeing the spectacular certificate, the digital certificate, those certificates have been possible because of Mr. Dodani. Dodani, say hi, and then I'm going to go to Ray Murphy, and then I'll be back to you. Danny, say hi.
Hey, how are you, everybody?
Okay, that's great. Stay there. Don't go yet, Mr. Danny. Thank you so much, man. Ray Murphy, go ahead, brother. The time is yours. Welcome aboard. Present your call sign, name, and tell us, you know, what inspired you to being part of the team. And thank you for such a great job. Actually, you were the only CW operator during the special event. And I wanted to personal appreciate, I mean, I have a personal appreciation because we have been friends for a while now, like a year or so. And also, Destiny is so small. The QSL card that you have and the QSL card that you get from a friend of mine, from Pete, November Lima 7 X-Ray Mike, you know, something that you have in here. That QSL card was, you know, you get that from a friend of mine. So we are connected, believe it or not, in one way or another one. And it is great. When you email me, I got so excited and so happy about it. So go ahead. The floor is yours.
Okay, thank you very much there, Alex. My name is Ray. My call sign is Whiskey 3 Oscar Yankee. I've been a ham for just over a year now. And probably, I don't know, 2 months ago, I decided that I was going to start working CW and practiced and you know, been having a lot of fun with it. It's actually my preferred mode now. So spend a lot of time, you know, making contacts there. So, you know, it's a little more efficient use of power. So it's a lot of fun. And I figured, I heard that you were doing a special event, and I just wanted to help because you're a good friend of mine, and you know, I just wanted to help support you. So my station is small. I use an ICOM 718 into either an end-fed wire on the weekends here at my apartment, or during the week I run it through my rain gutters. So about 70% of the contacts that I made for this were actually through the rain gutter system here at my apartment building. So you know, got a decent amount of DX too. The one contact into Israel was pretty slick because I have very few contacts into Israel myself. So it was a lot of fun, and it was a great experience. So I'm glad that you allowed me to participate.
Okay, well, man, this is a true example of you don't have to be a big guy to be involved in a special event and to raise awareness for something and to be good operator. Mr. Ray Maffey is the truly example of that. He's using an Icon 718, okay? And the rain gutters of his home because he cannot put the antenna outside because of the HOA restriction. And still, he make that possible. He make a lot of contacts, and he make the log looks good on CW, and that's amazing, man. And you know, this kind of things are the one that make the radio amateur community stronger, because people that now have a 718 and they don't have an antenna, they may be going to contact you to see how they're going to put the rain gardens. Before I go to the next one, I want you to explain that how you match the impedance between the coax and the rain gutters. You wanna tell us what kind of balloon or something you have before we go, because I think this is a very interesting fact.
Yeah, actually, the end fed wire that I use is a random wire, and it uses a 9-to-1 unun. And I actually wrapped the wire up real tight and just hooked it to the rain gutters so that I could sweep it with my VNA. And it was below 2-to-1 the whole way from 1 megahertz all the way up to 30. So I knew that it was going to work in some form or another. So I bought a 9-to-1 LDG unun, and the one end goes to the rain gutter and the other end goes to my station ground, and I use a tuner to mop up the rest, and it's about 1.1-to-1 from 80 the whole way up through the 10-meter band. So works fantastic for what I'm doing. So I didn't run more than 90 watts for any of the contacts that I made. And, I was all over Europe, South America, Middle East. It was a lot of good contacts there.
Oh wow, that's amazing. That needs an applause. And a dance too. That's great. That's great, brother. Thank you so much, Ray Maffey. You are an inspiration for many people. I'm telling you, a lot of people are watching this and they will watch this in the future, and you are an inspiration. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your help. And don't go yet. Let me pass to the next friend. Kilo Japan 4, November Queen America, Mr. Carlos. Hello, Carlos. How you doing? Welcome aboard.
Hi, welcome everybody. My name is Carlos, KE4 and QE. I can operated the, the station because I had a problem with the electric. And here you see the scope. I'm sorry, you see? I don't know. It's horrible. I have the interference here, but I give the support with another coordination, everything with the radio, the app, the web, with the Danny. So it's my pressure work together with this thing.
Okay, Carlitos. Well, for you guys to don't know Carlos, Carlos is the guy who always been in all of my videos when I'm working on my antennas. Actually, Carlos was here the day that I was actually having my accident. Actually, he got in shock after that. He suffered that actually, and that's when you know who your friend are. And Carlos, he's been a good support for me, and he came back home, and I told him, no, you can't go out anymore. Whenever I'm going to put the antenna down, I'm going to get the mount lift, and we're going to do it the safety way. But Carlos was the one who made possible to me to install the antenna. I remember the first day when we put the antenna, we ended up 1 o'clock at night. I mean, 12 o'clock, 12:01. Nighttime, me and Carlos went up climbing the ladder to the third floor and installing the orban beam right there. So, Carlos, in other words, I think you and me, we are crazy, totally crazy. So thank you for your support, and I know you did a lot of work with Danny, and I know also I wanted to recognize many other friends. I want to say it right now. Hold on, I don't want to miss anybody. Um, all the operators that they're not here, but they were in the operation. One of them is Whiskey Papa 4 Radio Florida, Mr. Ray in Puerto Rico, which is a friend of Jose. Nestor, Wiki Papa 4 Papa Radio Delta, who was doing the Echo Link and 2 meter and 440. Mr. Efrain, Whiskey Papa 4 Romeo Delta Victoria. And Mr. Ramon, Whiskey Delta 4 X-Ray, Mr. Ramon Batista, another friend who helped me out with the antenna. He makes antenna, and he used to make my my 20-meter dipole and the 40-meter rotatable dipole that I have, the aluminum one. And also Rick Patton, Kilo Zero Romeo India Charlie. He actually was ready to support. He joined us on the team, but he had some problem with the rig and he couldn't operate most of the time. I think, but I wanted to thank you, Rick, Kilo Zero Romeo India Charlie, for your help, and also Mr. Bob, November United 3 Queen. He actually was helping me to get the authorization on the Whiskey for Charlie call sign, the application to the Whiskey for Charlie. And Kilo Yankee 4 Tango Golf. Too bad that my friend Todd is not here, but Todd did such a great job. Todd is well known through the amateur radio community, especially the YouTubers. He was in every single YouTube live stream, and he didn't have a radio, but he finally got an Icon 7300 and an antenna. And he worked hard on his farm and he take care of his family. But he dedicate every single day an hour or two to help us and raise awareness. And I wanted to thank you, Mr. Todd, for that. Kilo Yankee 4 Tango Golf. And then Kilo Mike 4 Delta Yankee, which I'm gonna leave you for the last but not least, okay? And also Kilo 4 Kilo Charlie, our friend Alain. Alain, I'm gonna go with you, and then the last one will be Danny, because I want Danny to explain us what's going on, and then Jose in Puerto Rico will give you some feedback about data that we're gonna have from the special event. Hello, Mr. Alain Arocha. Go ahead, brother.
Kilowatt 4, kilowatt Charlie.
Desmuteate, que te muteaste ahí.
On my back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
Right.
So I'm glad I was able to do what I was able to do with the conditions that I have. I have a 2-element TH2, 2-element tri-bander up at 30 feet, strapped to the fence on a push-up pole. I got that up, I believe, on Sunday night, and I was operating either Monday or Tuesday. So I was able to get up on the air and do a little bit of contacts for you guys. I know I'm not going to match anybody here, but I was just glad I could do my part. I was doing it with a 7300 and Kenwood 922 Alpha, which was giving me about 1,000 watts out. The furthest contact I think I got was Iceland. And I mean, just to get to Iceland, I don't know how many people here have Iceland in their log, but I was glad I was able to get Iceland on the Whiskey for Charlie log. And just like Marcus, I am not any sort of person who does anything other than communications for a living. So I was able to join you guys up and be glad I was able to be useful. So that's all from me. Back to you.
Roger, brother. Thank you so much. You're 5'9", 59. Let me do something. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Alain. And I know you did a good job. Actually, guys, believe it or not,
The QRZ. Tell them about the QRZ.
yes, that's what I'm going to say. Believe it or not, Mr. Alain was the person who made possible that the first video that I made for the Cuban jamming, the government of Cuba was jamming the ham radio bands of 40 meter. And actually, I first put the video on QRZ and they deleted from me because they said it was political. And I assume the guy there, I think I forgot the call sign of the guy. I know he's Alpha Alpha Alpha, I believe, or something like that. 7 Alpha Alpha Alpha. I have to look at on the thing, but that's not important. What is important here is that this guy step up and put the same video. And well, after a couple of minutes, there was so many people commenting that I think they couldn't turn that out down. Okay, Whiskey 7 U. That is the call sign of the moderator that actually deleted the first time for me. And apparently he was telling that there was politics and stuff. And one of his comment was that he doesn't care if a noontime net was interfered. And I said, it's not a noontime net, it's the whole spectrum of 20 meter, I mean, or 40 meter band from 115 until actually now it's to 215. So it's a huge amount of portion of the band. And then, well, we went back and forth, and I didn't want to establish, a problem with them. Anyway, I'm actually a QRZ subscriber since many years, and I have my Tucson subscription, and I actually refer to many people who get the subscription, and that way they upload everything faster to QRZ and everything. But that doesn't matter. It looks like that doesn't matter for them. With just numbers, and they don't care. And I understand they don't want to go politics, but that video wasn't politics. That video was the reality, what happened with the amateur radios, not in Cuba, all over the world. It's still, the jamming signal is still in here. I see 4 jamming signals now at this moment in 40 meter band. So thank you so much, Alain, for to put that video in there. And well, hopefully next time when I put
52 pages of comments on your video, Alex.
You want to talk something? You want to talk a little bit more?
52 pages of commentary on that. So I put it the forum link if you want to share that on YouTube, so that everybody that's watching live can actually go and see what we've been talking about since we've been getting jammed on 40 meters. I mean, right now you turn on 40 meters, go to 7.130 and let me know what that's what we got. Just making it obvious. And we have had people like our friend Josh from the ham radio crash course do a video on how he was able to pinpoint where the interference was coming from. So if you want a link to that, that'd be great. So that's it.
Yeah,
I'm back quiet.
I put the link in there, and for nobody, it's a secret that it's the Cuban government that is jamming. And we actually have we have already many complaints with the FTC and ITU and everything around the world, but apparently they don't listen. They don't care. And well, hopefully one day they got to stop. It's costing them a lot of money. So, okay, let me go to our other friend here, Mr. Kilo Mike 4 Delta Yankee, Mr. Danny. Danny, I know you didn't operate as an operator, but you did such a great job. If you feel better in Spanish, you can say it in Spanish. If you think you can do it in English, you can do it in English. But doesn't matter. We translate it here for you. Go ahead and welcome aboard, brother. How you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. Thank you, everybody. I know my English is not the best. Sometimes I'm feeling I'm talking like a Haitian guy, you know, but whatever. This is Kilo Mike for Delta Yankee. Everybody call me Danny or Daddy Yankee. All right. Still remember the first day Alex called everybody for the special event, Whiskey for Charlie. And he started with the Gmail, you know, with the email. And we start with the website and everything. I want to say thank you to Alain because I was making the certificate design, and he was helping me a lot with the everything we put in the certificate, and I'm so happy with that one, right? Another guy, Carlitos, Kilo Japan 4, he all the time he helping me with everything in the event, in the special events. And Alain helped me with the QRZ too. QRZ, right? QRZ, right? And I want to say thank you to the guys in Puerto Rico too. Arecibo Radio Club. They help a lot with the everything right here. And thank you everybody. You know, when we're working together, we can do good things. It's something I think.
Okay, and the good thing is we were talking in those days, and we say we got to do something, and I applied at 2:00, and by 2:15 we got the approval for the call, and we didn't have anything planned. We didn't have the schedule, and then Marcus came and helped us with the schedule, and it was like out of the blue we make a nice team, and we make a bunch of QSOs. The data for the QSO, Mr. Jose in Puerto Rico will say that, but I want you to tell me how many certificate you has been sent over email in up to date.
Like 240. But the problem with the certificate, we got to check the call sign, QRZ. We got to do it one by one, the name, the call sign, and we got to make sure they are in the log. That's the reason it's a little more complicated, like 240.
Wow, 240 certificate is a lot of job, man. And you see, you didn't operate as an operator, but your job, I think, in my personal opinion, is as important or even more important than us because we were having fun talking on the radio. See, Ray Maffei is not laughing, but I know he had fun. And Mr. Marcos also was having fun. You know, even we have some surprise. We have some people that were intentional interfering us, and I'm going to let Marcos talk about it. But thank you so much, Mr. Danny. And if anybody's watching this and they have contact us, email to the email on QRZ, and that'll be great. So before I go to Marcos, I want my friend from Puerto Rico to share the data. I enabled the screen share. If you want to share the screen, Jose, puse ahí el screen share por si quieres poner la pantalla tuya, que la puedas poner. So go ahead, Jose in Puerto Rico. Gracias, Dani. Thank you, Dani. And explain us what's going on with the event and how many QSOs and how many zones and stuff. Go ahead. Estás muteado, tienes que desmutearte.
Ok, ahora sí. Pues mira, sí, se trabajaron los 50 estados completos hasta Hawái.
Okay, we got the 50th state. Okay.
Correcto.
We worked the 50th state. Okay.
Si puedes ver la pantalla ahí, se hicieron las 25 CQ zonas.
25 CQ zones.
Es la cosa. Válgame, se trabajó todo este listado desde Alaska. Lo voy a ir bajando poco a poco hasta el final. Ve Japón, Israel, Indonesia, Kuwait, hasta Ucrania. Sabe que se hizo un excelente trabajo. Voy a cambiar de tabla.
Oh, I think we have 78 countries, right?
Yes, sir.
Wow, that was good.
Sí. It's fine. Déjame ir a los prefijos. Te voy a tirar la tabla de los prefijos. Se hicieron creo que 700 y pico de prefijos. Déjame cerrar esta ventana un momentito. Entonces, tratar de... Vamos a ver si lo puedo hacer aquí rapidito. Ajá. Ok. En esta tabla van a ver, ¿la estás viendo, Alex?
No la estoy viendo, tienes que ponerla, no se está
Ok.
viendo.
Habilita screen share abajo, el botoncito
Ajá.
verde.
Ok. Ahí la tienen. En esa ventana, pues vas a ver los prefijos que se hicieron. Fueron 752.
752, perfect. Okay.
Es correcto. Y el E2 Zone fueron 28 E2 zonas.
Okay. 28 ITU zones.
Correcto. Deja ver si puedo. No sé si ustedes ven la parte de arriba, porque a mí me la tapa la aplicación.
Sí, sí, sí las vemos.
Ok. En total de los contactos fueron 3,271.
300, 271, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
That is right. 3,000.
3,271. 3,271 QSOs.
Correcto. Que fue una gran labor, fue un poco cuesta arriba porque en muchos momentos tuvimos interferencia, por lo menos en la fonía. En los modos digitales no, y entiendo que en la telegrafía tampoco. Pero en la fonía sí hubo momentos donde hubo interferencia maliciosa.
Yes, I know, I know. November 3, Papa Kilo Juliet amateur radio station. Todd is saying 78 DXC. Nice job. Well, man, yeah, that was a nice job. And actually, we didn't plan this. It was something that came fast and see how we did. I think it was great. And actually, I see on QRZ that there is 22,000 over 22,000 lookups on QRZ. And I don't know, let me check the web page counter. 1,893 lookups on our private page, which is not the full thing because we put the counter afterward. So Danny, he put the counter, I think, halfway of the event. So we maybe have like, I guess, like 4,000 views on our SOS Cuba webpage. So that we did great. So thank you so much for the information, and man, that was great. Talking about the interference, that we have some malicious interference from a guy who was telling that wasn't legal and stuff. I always wanted to let you guys know that even we didn't talk politics on the special event. Talking politics on ham radio bands is legal. It's not prohibited. The FCC does not prohibit for you to talk politics over the air. The ARRL have an ethics thing that you cannot talk about religion or politics because they don't want people fighting over the air, but you can mention anything politics that you want. That's not illegal. For those people that doesn't know, for those people that didn't learn the full, book when they got their license. Yes, you can talk politics over the air. It's not ethic because you cannot enter in conflict with other people that they believe different things like you, but you can talk. That's legal. Perfect. So, what is that that you're showing there? ¿Qué estás enseñando ahí?
Esa es la ventana ahorita, la primera ventana que les mostré, que es la ventana de los estados. Si notas, ves a Hawái que está en el encasillado al lado de la derecha,
Uh-huh.
que está solito, pero Hawái se trabajó también.
Yeah, it says that Hawaii was work. Even you put that for some reason it's on the right hand side, but it's actually you worked Hawaii, right? You work Hawaii. Yeah, it was work. So we got the 50th state. That's great. Ok, gracias, papá. Y bueno, pues dame pasarle a Marcus ahí.
Claro, claro que sí, gracias.
Thank you.
Ok, thank you for you.
Quita ahí lo de el screen share. Okay, perfect. Thank you so much. And now talking about the malicious interference, I want to ask you guys about that. I know Marcus was talking about it. I know somebody also was interference. Todd, Kilo Yankee 4 Tango Golf. But Marcus, can you tell us something about what happens to you?
Yeah, so after a little while of operating, some guy would come on and identify himself as Kilo 5 Whiskey Sierra Whiskey. And he would have, well, initially he would make recordings of the QSOs that we were having and then replay them as people were trying to answer our CQ call. That's what initially happened. On other bands, he adopted a little bit different tactic. He recorded a script that essentially tried to tell everybody that political discussions weren't legal on ham radio and that we were spreading propaganda and we were operating illegally and our station was founded on illegal premises and the whole 9 yards. And he would replay this over and over again. Fortunately, on 40 meters, his station can't compete with mine. And I've got a good rig, and I was still able to work things out. Now, initially on the last day, I went ahead and let him talk, and he went ahead and he played his script. And I told him, hey, you're trying to cite us for operating illegally. Meantime, you're giving us a bogus call sign, and you're intentionally interfering with the communications of another ham radio operator, which both of which are illegal practices. So anyway, before then I wasn't getting too many QSOs, but after that guy talked, I got so many people calling in I couldn't keep up. And for the next hour, all I could do to log all the entries that came in response to this knucklehead that was trying to interfere with our signal. And we had so many stations that were so strong, it made his signal irrelevant, and he went away. Now, I did look him up, and initially I traced it back to somebody else, but I traced back the improper call sign. The call sign he identified with was Kilo 5 Whiskey Sierra Whiskey. I haven't done a whole lot of research on it, but that's the call sign that he would identify himself with, and I haven't really done any further research or addressed it to make sure that he's actually the one that was doing it. Because you can throw any call sign you want out there. It doesn't have to be yours if you don't care about being legal. As far as the political discussions, if they were going to shut down political discussions, first of all, the FCC doesn't trump our right to free speech. Second of all, if you're going to shut down the bans due to political speech, man, we got to shut down all 80 meters. It's damn near all they talk about. So we're good to go. I don't foresee us having any problems whatsoever with what we were discussing. Furthermore, like all the rest of us, we tried to maintain a protocol to stay away from political discussions. All we were trying to do is bring awareness, and with awareness, there might be other things that come out of that. So that was our goal, just to spread awareness.
Exactly. And then we have the QRZ page. And since I know the QRZ is very jealous about politics, and we have created our private web, and then we have pictures and more information over there. So we didn't hurt anybody's feelings. Right. And this is a free country. The thing that I like about this country is that you have freedom of speech here. And imagine, I was scared to talk politics in Cuba because if they listen to you talking politics in Cuba, you can get in trouble. But how come I'm going to come to America, the best country in the earth, and I'm going to be, I cannot talk politics.
Not here.
Plus, we didn't talk politics. We just was, trying to raise awareness about the humanitarian situation that is happening in Cuba. And people knows that. And the guy was intentionally, jamming the bands. He was actually breaking the law. He was the one who was breaking the law. And I don't think it was the call that he was using. The thing is, this is the tactic of most of the communist or socialist people. They go behind a microphone to express something that they cannot say. They cannot go on camera and say, I am this, and I don't like you, and what you're doing is illegal. They don't do that. They hide behind a microphone, they're breaking the law, and they're telling you that you're breaking the law. And that's not the way to do it, because I'm very clear. I say I don't like socialists, I don't like communists, and I don't like dictatorship. Okay, and I don't hide behind the microphone. I have cameras, and I talk to anybody who want to interview me. I'll tell them the same. That's why I escaped out of Cuba on a raft, and I put myself in risk to come to America and have a decent life, and also have freedom of speech. And that's what the people of Cuba I'm asking now. They're asking for freedom of speech, libertad, and that's what they want, you know. And you did great, and we all keep operating. And see, 3,000 plus QSOs, 50 states, 78 DXCC entities. It is great, and the people get the support. Sometimes I feel like a little bit bad because I wanted to talk more, but I didn't want to go deep on politics. But the people there, I heard people that they came every day just to say, thank you for what you're doing with supporting the Cuban people. That's great. We love that. We love freedom. We are Americans. And that's what
I ran into a lot of stations that really had no clue what was going on, because you don't see a lot of what's happening there in the news. There's a couple of reasons for that, but we won't get into that here. But they just really had no idea what was going on, and they would ask me, hey, why is this? Why is this special event here? And I would give them a little basic background information, but that's as far as I really wanted to go, because there's a lot of other stations to contact, and I didn't want to hog up the airwaves, and I didn't want to get involved in a political discussion. But as far as the freedom of speech, man, you're 100% right. We have that freedom. And if I choose to exercise it on the air, I'm going to do it. There's nobody can stop me.
exactly.
Hey, Marcus, I have a comment.
Yeah,
Marcus,
go ahead.
Based on what that troll was saying, in my opinion, he helped us out. He helped Marcus out, because as soon as Marcus got him off, all I heard was QRZ, and then he just had a pileup. The same thing happened to me. I let the guy do his own little speech. I didn't feed the troll, don't feed the pigeon. And as soon as I heard him say his piece, I said, thank you for your contact, 73, QRZ, and the pileup just gobbled them up. Back to you, Alex.
Remain professional with these guys. If you remain professional, they don't know what to do, because they're expecting some kind of an emotional reaction. And if you get emotional, you're fighting on their level, and they'll beat you with experience.
Exactly.
Right on.
By the law, the only thing the United say is, I don't want to talk to you. You are not a ham radio. You don't have a license. I don't have to talk to you. Bye. And that's what I say, because we're here for that. I wanted to hear the guy in Puerto Rico to see, do you have also the same problem, Jose, right?
Correcto, Ale. Sí, that is right. Tuve problemas en 20 metros en fonía.
In 20-meter phone. Okay.
Es correcto. En varias ocasiones salieron primero protestando de que era ilegal usar ¿verdad? ¿verdad? Las bandas de radioaficionados para hacer ese tipo de propaganda. Eso era una de los comentarios que me hicieron cuando hacía el CQ, el llamado de CQ. Si quieres comentárselo a los muchachos, traducírselo.
Okay. Yeah. He says that he had the same problem in 20-meter. There was a guy who was telling him that was illegal to say that, and he was actually recording him and going over him. And the same thing that happened with Marcus and with me and everybody. See, the funny thing is, he was placing back the recording in my frequency, and then I did the split 5 up, and he was so I don't want to say the bad word or hear of it, but he was so not smart just to tell it that way. I don't know if you Marcos, that you are an American, can put the right letter, the right name.
Let's just say he was confused.
Exactly.
Make it nice.
Just confused that he didn't know how to operate split. How come you're gonna believe a guy like that? That he doesn't know how to operate in a split. And with the split operator, boom, I was able to copy the people. He couldn't jam me because I have a powerful station. And that's it. Boom, we fixed the problem. So So that's good. Hey, Ray, do you have any problem with the CW? Somebody came over to you. I know the people who believe that they're not smart enough to know CW, so you don't have any problem like that.
No, I had no trouble whatsoever. Anybody who wanted to contact me had no trouble whatsoever.
I know. That's great. I figured I figured that out. So thank you so much for the support. Well, I think we cover the amount of context, whatever we did. So if anybody wanted to say something that we didn't mention here, something funny that happens to you, something spectacular, just raise your hand and I'll give you a chance to talk. Go ahead, Alain.
The contact we had with Iceland was with Tango Fox 2, Mike Sierra November. And if you go to his QRZ page on the log check, you can actually type in Whiskey 4 Charlie, and that was the 20-meter contact. So Whiskey 4 Charlie made it all the way to Iceland.
Wow, that's amazing. That's great. Hey, remember, guys, we have the screen share. If you want to share any picture or anything that you think is important, the screen share is already enabled, so you can do it if you want. So you want to show the QRZ page and show us that, Alain?
There it is, Tango Fox 2, Mike Sierra November in Iceland. Contact with Whiskey 4 Charlie.
That's great. That's great. Hey, I wanted to clarify this. We don't have a QSL card, but we do have the certificate that will send them to everybody that they can print it out and put it on their QRZ page, whatever they do. The reason that we didn't do the QSL card is because we did this so fast. We didn't plan that in advance, and we didn't want to promise something that we're not gonna, accomplish, or at least, I received a couple of requests for QSL card. I think I'm going to make a couple then for those people that already sent that to me. And I know Danny got a couple of them. So I'm going to make, just 100 cards to fit in and send it to those people. But we didn't offer QSL cards in this special event. But we have a very nice certificate that you can request if you go to Whiskey 4 Charlie. And there is an email in there. You click on that email and you say, I want my certificate. Danny will see. Danny will check if you are in the log, and you will get a certificate as soon as he can. So just to let you know, guys, that. But I'm gonna make sure I can get a couple QSL cards to those people that send it already to me, and oh, okay, that's good. So you go to, that's the website, right? Okay.
That's the QRZ page.
Oh, that's the QRZ page. Okay.
Right.
And then the email is that one, right? Hold on. Which one
Yeah.
is the email?
That's the certificate. That's a sample of the certificate.
Okay.
And then we can just, the email's right here.
Okay. It's soscubahamradio@gmail.com. And anyway, you go to QRZ, you copy.
Right. They can link over from QRZ at the beginning of the page. We have our website here, which links over, and you can actually get everything there.
And for those people that does not speak English, that we have it on Spanish, in Spanish and English. You can choose if you want in Spanish or if you want in English. So there is two.
We have all the contact and different buttons are enabled right here. So you can go to contact us and it'll open up your basic email.
Okay, that's great. And those pictures there of the the police, repressing the people, and that was very tough over there. See, and that's the jamming signal in 40-meter band. That's the video that we did with and that's the certificate.
For those people who don't know, the jamming signal for somebody like me in Colorado doesn't affect me much. Okay, I'm far enough away. It doesn't matter. I can talk right through it. However, if you live in Cuba, you got to understand that this jamming signal is like 60 dB. So it doesn't matter if they're only jamming, 5 or 6 or 7 frequencies. All of 40 meters is useless because of the signal strength on there. So for those that don't know that, please be aware that this is designed to keep people in Cuba from listening to us, and it is very effective.
Yes, we received a report. Actually, there is a guy from Cuba on Twitter. He posted a picture of the antenna, and he's explaining how he had 60 dBs over S9 on his radio. He can't talk. And basically what he said, he opened the refrigerator and he heard that noise. It's all over the place.
Yeah, so, you can tune to whatever frequency you want on 40 meters, and the noise is still going to be there because it's so powerful. So while it may not affect us a whole lot here in Colorado, the closer you live to Cuba, the more it's going to affect you. And in Cuba, you're not going to hear anything.
Exactly. And the other thing is the people say, oh, I gotta say hello to the guys that I'm watching right now. I see that Andy Crowley from the UK is there. Thank you, Andy Crowley. November 3, Papa Kilo, Japan. Delta Echo 2, Tango Romeo Fox, our friend Trustin. In Delta Kilo 5, Oscar November Victor, hello, my uncle. Thank you so much for being here. And all of the guys at Papa Zulu 2 Yankee Tango, thank you so much for being there as well. Mr. Luis Cruz, Frankie Medina in Puerto Rico, and Carl, which is Victor 44 November Kilo. Thank you so much, Carl, for being there. The other question that pretty much the people I'm telling is, why 40 meter? They have to block all the bands to avoid the Cubans to talk. Yeah, they don't care if the 40 meter band is being jammed. I mean the 20 meter, because the 40 meter band is the band that most of the Cuban Americans like me, we live in Miami. We talk to Cuba the whole day. The propagation in 40 meter with Havana and the rest of the island is good through the day. So in 20 meter, I'm never going to make it happen I'm never going to make a contact with somebody in Havana. And that's the reason they don't want the Cuban community to talk to the Cuban people, because we are the people that can tell them the information, that tell them what's going on in the island. The only people that care about Cuba are us, because we are have the family there. So we are the people. They don't care if somebody in North Dakota talk to a Cuban. They don't know. They even know what happened in Cuba, because of course it's not on the interesting list. And in 20 meter, you can talk from North Dakota to Cuba easy, but in 20 meter, you cannot talk from Havana to Miami. Easy as that. And that's why they use that on 40 meter to avoid the Cuban people that also happens to have a homemade radios. They make homemade radios, and there are transmitted with those non-good filtering receiver, and the jamming signal, if in your radio is 60 dB, in their radio is 80. I mean, it's crazy, you know?
Alex, I'm sharing a screenshot of what Pavel put up for the antenna, the famous disc cones that they're using over there. They believe that there are about 20 sites in Cuba that are government controlled, and they're simulcasting this thing out of these things, using these antennas with some high power transmitters.
Yeah, it's 15 kilowatts, and those are 21, as far as I know, are 21 that has been active, but they have in every municipality one of these to interfere radio and TV Marti.
One thing I wanted to add, and I'm sure you already know this, Alex, but if I'm a ham radio operator in Cuba, I'm not going down and ordering parts off of DX Engineering or running down to HRO, because those don't exist in Cuba. I'm making my own equipment, and I'm going to make equipment that will operate on the most practical band possible and with the availability of parts that I have. So that's why it's not just a simple matter of changing bands and using 20 meters.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you. You know, I have gotten a lot of pushback from the hams that are U.S. hams.
Hey, by mistake, I muted Marcus. Marcus was talking and I muted him by mistake. I'm sorry, Marcus. I was trying to mute Carlos because I know he was right there. And I'm sorry. I'm sorry about that, Marcus. Okay, go ahead and you pass the mic to Marcus, Alain.
Sorry about that. So, Carlos, scroll down a little bit so they can see what kind of rigs they're using over there. Okay. So they seem to have a difficult time understanding that Cuban hams are not building their rigs because of, for one reason or another. There are people who build their own rigs, and one of the exams over there is to build a rig so that you can get your license, right?
Yeah, it's Charlie Mike A Echo Charlie Sierra.
Ok, cuéntanos qué es lo que está haciendo ese señor con los equipos que hizo.
No, this guy is putting the comment on Facebook and this page with the whole community, you know, the community for the ham radio from Cuba. This talk about the interference. You don't understand why you have the interference from the 40-minute bands. He's putting their comment on the Facebook and putting the picture with the station. He have the radio. You know, I have a lot of comments with the different guys. Good comment and bad comment. You know, but this guy is probably today they don't have the more license because it's
So, el control técnico vino y le selló le selló
Bueno,
la
ese muchacho, yo no sé si se la salió, yo no sé, eso en Facebook. You want to translate what he's putting on his comment there, the Esteban Cabrera? You want to translate that line?
Yes, please. Yes.
Okay, good evening all. I'm not condoning any of the interference generated internally. Following up to radio hams from the 40-meter band to interfere in transmissions, inappropriate transmissions. We should reunite and reclaim these transmissions are intentional, generated locally. In reality, is I don't really think he knows what he's talking about there. But what do you think, Carlos? In reality, I can't understand. This
is what happened. He's saying he's actually denouncing the interference, but he's not admitting that he's fully against them because he knows he can get trouble. And what he's saying is, this is inappropriate, this is intentional, this is not good. We have to get together and stop this interference because we can't talk on the radio. Besides that, I don't want to talk about politics. Okay. And of course, he doesn't want to talk about politics because they can knock on the door and get him out and put him in jail or who knows, you know? And that's what happened.
It's probably because the government is giving the letter to put the good information about the regime, you know, and you on page. So it's probably this guy when he put that information to stop the interfering with the, you know, the bad interference in the 40-minute band is probably because I had the experience in the past. The guys is putting something, you know, before the July 11, is putting something about whatever information, whatever do it, and Facebook is not political, it's not for the radio, it's go to the house and close the station with the radio. It's the guy.
Quítale screen share ahora para que se te vea la cara, Carlos.
¿Ah?
Quítale screen share para que se te vea la cara.
¿Cómo?
Que quites el screen share. Ahí, dale, habla ahora.
No, before they have one of the guys lives in the island on the isla de la Juventud. I don't know. This guy is close to the station on the radio because He's putting something on the Facebook. Nothing about the radio. He's putting, I don't know. I don't know what is they putting in the before, but that information is put in the Facebook is no la agradaron, ¿me entiendes? A ellos. It's, the guy coming at
He,
the
he
station.
made a comment on Facebook that the Cuban authorities didn't agree with, so they went out and took his radio privileges away, sealed the station, and do we know what's happened to him or no?
I don't know. I don't know before after that. I received that information. I'm not talking much with him, but it's probably is it, because I never listen again on the radio. So it's probably they don't have more license. I don't know.
Well, I'm telling you something. The two guys that talked to me, they both have their radio closed. I mean, they're sealed their station, and they told them that they cannot operate. Okay, they're trying to silence everybody that are agree with the free information, and they came. You guys remember that the first day, July 11, there were two brave amateur radio from Cuba that came and say, "We are agree what you say. This is enough. We want freedom. That's it. Period." You know, and then they're sealed their station, and they putting them on jail. I tried to get in contact with people that know them, and they're not being in jail, but they're being their station has been sealed. I wanted to thank Richie. He put a comment there. Said, "Greetings from Wisconsin Military Academy, the Whiskey 9 Tango India Tango." So there is Richie there in the military academy there, watching also the live stream. Thank you for the support, Steve. I mean, Rich. So anyway, what we have here is the government of Cuba knows that they're breaking the law, and they're still jamming the signal. I see now that we still have the jamming signal on it, and that's why we have to make noise to make the people aware of it and tell the people we need to put some pressure on our administration to do something, you know. And well, we are not on the over the air. We just on YouTube, and then on my channel, you can say whatever you want as long as you don't say the bad word. You can talk politics. You can talk anything you want in your life. And I believe we need to keep hashtag SOS Cuba and hashtag Biden help Cuba, because even we're never gonna get the military intervention in Cuba because whatever reason, at least we have to let the Cuban people to provide the people of Cuba with internet. Google and many wealthy people from Cuba are asking the president to sign the authorization to put those balloons with the internet to provide the Cuban people with internet access, because you know what happened? Yesterday, there was protest in Cuba. They cut off the internet again. And today, there was no internet in the morning because there were protesting people. And you know what happened? The government cut off anytime that they want. So if the president of United States authorize the Google and the Americans company to provide internet to the Cuban people, the Cuban community and many other people will pay for the federal government. They don't have to pay for. Google says they're in favor to put the balloons right there. And there is a lot of wealthy people that they say we're doing. And even Carlos, Alain, Marcus, Danny, Ray, Jose in Puerto Rico, we all can put something. We don't have to put $1 million because I don't have $1 million, but I can put some of the money that I have that I work every day, and I can put it on to help the Cuban people to have internet. Do you know how important is the internet, the information? That's why our work, our job as a ham radio operator with the people of Cuba is so important, because we can deliver then welfare information. We can deliver then what's going on in Cuba. Like yesterday, there was people in Las Tunas protesting. Today, there is people in Havana protesting, but they cut off the internet. And that's why we go there and act and say that. And that's an emergency communication. And that's why we have to do it. And, and that's why we're asking this administration to step up, but unfortunately, our current president is not doing anything. you know, other than, oh, we're going to put sanctions. That's it, you know. And I'm sorry, people that are not agree with me. I'm very sorry for that, but this is America. You think the way that you want, and I believe, um, you know, I don't have this 100% guarantee, but I don't know if any of you knows about history, but I heard that in the 1800s, when the United States was in a war with the British, um, the ladies from Cuba, the ladies from Havana, Cuba, they sold all the jewelry that they have, and they make together $1.2 million and donate it to the American troops to get food and weapons and resources. And they called those ladies, I forgot, I heard that the other day on um, what is the name of this guy that took el que le dicen el soldadito, que cómo se llama él? Ave María. Eliezer Davila. So I heard that on Eliezer, who is a YouTuber and is an influencer from Miami. The guy is very clever. He's very smart. And I heard that, I don't know. I gotta read that story and get and showing that to you. But how come in the 1800s the people of Cuba, they sold all the jewelries and everything to help the American troops? Why we can't give them back that favor just by signing a paper to say, let's put the internet to them and we're not going to pay for it. The Cuban community will pay for it. That's the only thing that we're asking the President Biden to do, in return of what the people of Cuba did, what the ladies from Havana did in the 1800s. That's it. Easy as that.
Alex, I have here the page, the Facebook page with the La Federación de Radioaficionados de Cuba, the filial for Cuban, the ham radio. The information is put in the on page. The information is put on the on page to, change la mente for the people about the situation I have on the radio. Let me share the screen to see. Okay, this one. Okay, you see it here. I don't know what he's saying in English. Ellos denuncian a la UIT que nosotros somos los que estamos haciendo la interferencia. Esto es lo que ponen ellos en su página oficial de radio. So,
Flipping the script.
Huh?
Flipping the script on us. Wow. How odd.
Okay, you want to say it or you want me to say it?
No, tradúcelo tú porque, ¿sabes? Nada más, no lo vas a leer todo entero, pero esto es lo que ellos dicen.
Okay, Alain, go ahead. You are the translator, the official translator of the channel. Go ahead.
Thank you, Alex. Well, here's the official communication from the FRC, which is the equivalent of the ARRL over in Cuba, and they're flipping the script on us, saying that we're the ones causing interference. But in reality, if you turn on the 40 meters, I mean, all you got is interference being generated from the island. So that is how far the misinformation goes from the official channels. You really can't trust anything from these people anymore. Well, never. Back to you, Alex.
Oh wow, that's unbelievable. I'm actually was writing to Kilo Yankee 4 Tango Golf to Todd, who is watching the live stream, but I sent him the link. He's part of the he's part of the team of the operators. And thank you so much, Todd, for the help. And I send you the link. If you want, I can send it again to you. If you want to come and say hello, and we want to personal, thanks you for the job that you did. And basically what we see there is that the FRC, which is the Federation of Amateur Radio for Cuba, is telling that they have a denounce, that they has been put a claim to the ITU that they're getting jamming from the US. How ridiculous is that? That they say that the jamming from the US is to destabilize the social destabilization with the Cuban. Imagine how cynic they are that they can flip the information, and it's proof that the jamming signal is coming from there. So unbelievable.
Well, everybody, I need to go to here, to report the interference. You need to go to this page and to report this link to report the interference which is coming with the Cuba, you know, because the whole world I need to go, the whole ham radio I need to go to here to report it, because the information is put in the official page to lavarle el cerebro a la gente de Cuba. Plus, put it this too. Let me show you some one more thing. The this one. The more important. This information is put in the official page for the ham radio. It's not ham radio. It's the call to fire and the street, to the people together. You see it before?
No, I never seen that. Yeah. Yeah, they don't let the people of Cuba to talk politics over the air, but they fooling them with politics and picture of the dictatorship.
Right. That's just to remind them who's in charge. And right there, the caption reads, "The street belongs to the revolutionaries," meaning the regime. So, come on, guys.
It's official page for the ham radio from Cuba. It's horrible. You see, both, not one, both. And the same day, 11. The same day.
Further proof that this whole thing is under government control.
Yep. Okay, let me stop here.
Okay, that's good, man.
Go ahead, Alex.
Okay. I'm just telling that I see now on the chat there that my friend Gordon Farmers, he says he's a gamer. And no, you don't have. We're not going to ban you here. This is great. You can talk anything you want, and we're not over the air. We're not transmitting over the airwave, and we're here on the YouTube live. And we usually don't talk politics, but you are good to say anything that you want and anything that you think. We're not going to ban you, my friend. We are in America. This is a peaceful country. We let everybody to express themselves as you identify yourself. You're a good guy. You're actually supporting me a lot, and I appreciate that so much. It is great, and I'm glad you're here, my friend. And thank you for being here, and you have your personal opinion, and I respect that. I respect that 100%. No problem, my friend. Okay, well,
I found the article which you alluded to about the women pawning their jewelry in order to fund the American war. So if you want, I'll share that with you.
Yes, share that, please. Share that.
So I basically found this while you guys were talking. Yet another very significant contributor to the contribution by Cubans to the American cause took place towards the end of the revolution. By 1781, the American forces were nearly bankrupt and were faced with the prospect of only being able to pay the army for another 2 months. General Washington initially sent an urgent request for financial help to the American financier Robert Morris, who to no avail. Thereafter, the Comte de Rochambeau was General Washington's French ally and implored French authorities in Haiti and the Marquesas, Saavedra, San Domingo, but neither had the finances, the financial resources, or the manpower to spare. Rochambeau believing that the Cubans could supply the monetary aid were seeking, sailed on August 15, 1781, on board a frigate towards Cuba. They sought the aid in the recently appointed governor of Cuba, Juan Manuel de Cagigla. I'm sorry if I messed that up, who fortuitously for the colonists had happened to be the very same military officer who aided the Spanish in ejecting the British forces from Pensacola. He immediately took action and secured 1.2 million French, 300 million in a combination of private donations and funds from municipality treasury. I mean, so basically, the Cubans were able to help
No,
Washington.
keep reading because they're mentioning about the jewelry, the woman's.
Right.
No,
So-
keep reading on the other side.
Popular. Okay.
Léelo de ahí, ¿no? Ahí está. No,
A popular myth surrounding the rapid succession of events that took place after the request for funds is the story that the Cuban women pawned their jewelry in order to raise the funds needed to help the American patriots. These events were surely motivated by two factors: the desires for the Spaniards to aid an enemy of the British, and by the Cubans' desire to aid the first attempt among colonists of the North American continent to fight for their independence from their mother country. Nonetheless, Cuba's involvement speaks to the crucial role that international allies played in the effort towards the American liberation. In addition, their involvement underscores the deep historical roots shared by Cubans and Americans, history that surely predates the takeover of Cuba by Castro. And you can source that. I'll put that up on the share, and you can put that up on the Facebook so that the information can go out there to the people.
Okay, just send me that article whenever you have chance. Send me the link and I'll keep it because I think it's very important. Very important to know that. So, and you know what? America is well known to help people to gather freedom and democracy around the world. And I think Cuba is our neighbor. It's 90 miles from the Key West. So why are we going to go to faraway countries to liberate them if we have somebody else here that it needs to be liberated? So, but anyway, that's not the point of this interview fully today. But yes, I'll appreciate that. And I was right. I was right. I heard that point. So today, to wrap up and make a conclusion on our thing, I think we did a great job. I email you that, Todd. Let me email that back to you again. So hold on, guys. Let me. If you want to talk, Ray or Marcus, just let me know. Okay, just raise your hand, and I give you a chance. Todd Gillian. Okay, I'll send it to you again, Mr. Todd. Okay, yes, and well, I think we're very clear on that. We have 3,271 QSOs on the special event. We have 50 states, 78 DXCC, and I don't know how many counties. You mentioned the counties. You want to say that again, Jose?
Ok, déjame abrir aquí el libro de guardia, lo tenía cerrado.
It's going to open the log.
Bendito, me perdona, mi máquina es viejita, es lenta.
Forgive me, my machine is a dinosaur.
Ok.
I thought it was a dinosaur.
Aquí,
It's not a
está ahí.
dinosaur. It's a,
Ahí,
it's
ahí
a
está,
trunk.
Alex.
Yeah, go ahead.
Ahí está, ahí lo pueden ver en pantalla. Se lo pueden narrar al muchacho, ya que tú lo ves mejor, porque yo tengo la página, la parte
Okay,
donde...
it was 25 CQ zones, 6 continents, 50 states, 3,271 QSOs, and 262. What is that? The counties, or what is that? The 262.
Sí, los counting. Sí. Es que ahí yo tengo la imagen de ustedes.
Okay, 262 counties. Okay, that's great. And how many ITUs? 28 ITUs.
Déjame cambiarte la pantalla para ponerte la otra.
Okay. Yeah, but I know it was 28 ITUs. So on.
Y los prefijos son algunos 700 y pico. Vamos a... Te la voy a poner ahora.
And the perfects were 700 and some. Okay, that's great.
Ok, ahí la tiene.
Okay, let's see. 28 ITUs and 752 perfects work on the event. That's great, man. Such a good job. Well, that's awesome. Thank you so much, Mr. Jose.
Thank you for you. Sí, gracias a ustedes.
Okay, well, thank you. Yeah, sí, termina ahí en eso. Share. Okay, well, I wanted to thanks all of you. Let me put this on another format to put everybody's face in here. We are all on there. Danny is the lightning. What is that, Danny? Pizza? I don't see what. Oh, that's chicharrón. What is that,
That's
Danny?
pizza.
Pizza.
My son just did it. He's a chef right now.
Oh, wow. I thought that was chicharrón. You know, I like chicharrón.
Eso es lo que queda el chicharrón o de la pizza.
Yeah, everybody can unmute now. We are actually as a group, so everybody can unmute now and everybody can talk now, whatever they want to wrap up. Ray Murphy, you can unmute if you want. Okay.
So do you finish with the, no, you don't finish with the YouTube live.
No, I'm not finished with the YouTube live, so that's why I want everybody to say goodbye to the people. Yvonne Diaz, Andy Crowley, thank you so much. Mr. Gordon Farmer, thank you for the support, my friend, and I appreciate that a lot. And thank you to Ariel Rod, our friend from Orlando, Florida. Oh, before we go, see who we have here on the waiting room. Let me do this. Let me present you guys this good friend, Mr. Todd. Well, Todd operates every day from 5 to 6 on 20 meter and from 4 to 5 on 40 meter band. And before we go, let me give him, hey, Todd, can you please unmute and show your camera if you can? Mr. Todd. Kilo Yankee 4, Tango Golf. You copy? Kilo Yankee 4, Tango Golf.
Okay.
Hey, here we go.
Did I do it?
Here we go, brother. How you doing?
How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good. Well, thank you so much.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you loud and clear. 5 and 9
you
plus
froze
20.
up. I don't know if you can hear me or not.
Yes, I hear you perfect. You're 5 and 9 plus 20.
Okay. All right. Well, I'm not exactly presentable. I'm still in the bed with my leg propped up from all the swelling, but I'm glad to be here and honored to be a part of what's been going on. Certainly praying for the Cuban people there. Over.
Thank you so much, Todd. I know you did a good job and good effort. Tell us what kind of radio do you have in your antenna? Because everybody was telling what kind of antenna they have.
Okay, right. Got an ICOM 7300 like everybody else, and it's run to a homemade 80-meter off center fed dipole that I made from some old house wire Romex that I had laying around. So that's what I got. Don't have an amp. I don't have a directional antenna, but I'm just using what I've got, and that's what I've been encouraging people this week to do. Just use what you have, and you may not have a lot, but use what you have. Speak about the injustice, and definitely pray for the people there. Over.
Thank you so much. And I know you don't have an amplifier, but you have a big heart, which is more than enough for that. You do it with your heart, and that's very good. Thank you so much for your support, man. And I sent you the link. I think it was on Friday or a Thursday. Okay. But
I didn't see anywhere where it was. But honored to be here. Honored to be a part of what's going on, and we'll continue to help any way that we can. Any way that we can, we want to help.
Thank you. Hey, guys, if you want to say hello to Todd, go ahead. Say hello to him and let's make a dance.
I don't think anybody wants to see me dance.
Arriba, Puerto Rico, saluda a Todd.
Hi, Todd. How you doing, my friend?
Hello.
Hello to you. Thank you.
Hope you're doing well.
Thank you.
Hi, hello, Todd. This is Kevin for the Y, Kilo My Foto Yankee. How are you?
I'm blessed, brother. I'm blessed. Hope you're doing well.
Thank you for your help.
Honored to be a help. Honored to do what we can do.
Thanks, Todd, and quit hurting your leg.
Well, I wish they could figure out what's going on with it. It's all swelled up, and we've been through about every test they can run me through. So still don't know what's going on, but we're just sitting here with it propped up. Got my radios next to me so I can play radio, and that makes it a little bit better there.
Right on, man. Thank you for all your help. Thank you for what you did to us.
Yeah, honored to be a help.
For Charlie.
Glad to be able to help, do what we can. Hope you're doing well.
Carlo, say hello to Todd.
Hi, hello, hi.
Hello, hope you're doing well.
Thank you.
Good to see. Good to see you guys. Yeah, glad to help. Good to see you guys.
Thank you.
You got a bunch of awesome guys on here, so you guys have done an awesome job.
Yeah, I know. Now we have our CW operator who's gonna say hello to you.
Hey, how's it going, Todd?
I know this guy. How's it going?
Yeah, we've been pals for a while.
Yeah, got married. I didn't even know that.
Yes, I did.
Yeah,
it's been a great week. So very happy.
That's awesome. I hate you got sick. That's bad, man. You got sick, but glad you got married, and I know it's been a big deal. It's good to see you, man. It's good to see you.
Yeah, it's good seeing you too.
Yeah, I have a good friend who have a say that said that when you get married, it's the same thing as if you buy a boat.
Yeah.
And I want Marcus to explain why.
Let's just say a boat has been described by some as a hole in the water that you throw money into.
No, they say because you got so excited the day that you buy it and more excited the day that you sell it.
No.
That's a joke. I'm married and I love my wife and everything, but that's a joke. We have to make
married to that guy.
Yeah, not everything has to be bad, right? We have to joke.
Right. I heard
especially that he have a food poisoning with the trims, but he looks good now.
Yeah.
You need to come to Miami and we're gonna feed you with rice. I mean, with congri, yuca, and ropa vieja.
And various other pork products.
Exactly.
Oh, don't forget the pasteles.
Oh yeah, pasteles is good.
Feed them a bunch of those.
Hey, hello, Dave. Alpha Charlie 5 November. Welcome aboard. And also RC Smith. Thank you. Free Cuba. Thank you. So, well, guys, I think we all set, unless you wanted to say anything to the guys that I'm watching.
I do have some parting words that I want to express.
Yeah, go ahead. Let me put you in full picture right there. Go ahead. You are on speaker.
Okay, ham radio is one of the last bastions of free speech. Okay, we can pick up the mic and we can speak into the mic, and as long as we remain respectful and use good language, we can say pretty much whatever we want without fear of being censored. Okay, that's not so on social media anymore. You go on QRZ, you can't discuss politics. You can't discuss certain things on Twitter, Facebook, and a lot of the other social media sites. A lot of other internet related social media sites want to stay away from trouble, so they don't allow that kind of speech. Okay? What's happening in Cuba right now can happen anywhere if we let it. Okay, ham radio is the last bastion of free speech, and I suggest that we use it to maintain that free speech. And that's all I got. And I hope I wasn't muted.
No, you weren't. Yeah, I second that. I second that motion, Marcus. It's just a shame that some people might have a different idea, but free speech is one of the things that we can do to say what we want and figure out things. And if you're prevented from the exchange of ideas, free exchange of ideas, then what do you need all this stuff for? So
it's perfectly okay for people to have different ideas, and no two people are going to agree on everything 100%
Exactly.
of the time. But if we don't talk about our ideas, how can we progress? If we mute one side of a conversation, we're only getting half of the information. So,
right on.
Yep, I agree 100%.
Alex,
Alex, you're on mute.
Sorry about that. I tried to mute myself to not making, because I have the family here on the house and it's full. Actually, my nephew from Pennsylvania came today and we're having a party there with arroz con gris and,
Various other
tostones
pork products.
and other pork product. Yeah, you know that everything in the pork is good. Everything. You can eat anything on the pork. So that's great. So I wanted to thank Carl, Victor 44 November Kilo, and all the guys that are there on the chat, on the live stream. And thank you for being here. And our friend Gordon from the UK, and Andy Crowley, and November 3, Papa Kilo, Juliet Todd, all of you guys. So say goodbye to the guys. We're going to remain here for a private finishing, and we're going to finish the I'm going to finish the live stream right now. Thank you so much, guys. 73 is from W7 Hotel United. Thank you for the support.
73, K4, KKC.